my lovelies, my name is Asmo and today I have something special for you guys. You probably all saw the video yesterday for the Season 2.5 adjustments and new abilities to be released once Season 2.5 comes out. Well, so did I, but there were no numbers to indicate what the changes would be. Thankfully, they released those soon after, and thus I bring to you, recording at 1 AM, exhausted from a long day at work, and in the middle of editing the Adam Warlock video I've been promising for the past 2 or so weeks, the patch notes for Season 2.5. Let's read them, shall we? Greetings, rifles. With great power, there must also come great responsibility, and sometimes a little bit of nerfing. Let's check out what's new in this heroic update. Adjustments. Vanguard. Captain America. Let's start with our lovely Cap, our angry American, our freedom fighter. Cap is taking a slight hit to his survivability and ultimate frequency. Guess even super soldiers need a breather. Adjust base health from 600 to 575. Increase the delay of shield recovery from 2 seconds to 4 seconds after unleashing Living Legend. So when the shield gets destroyed, it takes 4 seconds for it to recover. Increase the energy cost of Freedom Charge, ultimate ability, from 2800 to 3100. So it's going to take longer for him to get his ult. He's going to have less health. And getting his shield back will take longer. I see no problem with that. For anyone who's confused, Captain America is extremely hard to get rid of. He has very good survivability, and a good player could stay alive and get like 3-4 ults in like 4 minutes, which is ridiculous if you ask me. I personally see no problem with Captain America getting this nerf. There's no nerf to his damage overall, so you can still like throw your shield, get the healers down. If you're going for backline or if you're going for frontline, you can still annoy people by booping them out of certain situations or into your teammates. So there's no change in that. It's just like it just takes a little bit longer for you to get your shield back, and getting your ult takes longer. So far so good. Doctor Strange. Steven will receive a slight boost to the damage of his standard ability. Adjust the damage fall off of daggers of the Knack from starting at 10 meter and reducing to 62.5% at 20 meters to starting at 10 meters and reducing to 80% at 20 meters. So his damage fall off is going to be less. It's going to be less, which overall is good, mainly because Strange does not have the reach for anything past a few meters past 20. So, remove the range damage fall off of Maelstrom of Madness, so his E ability. So, he no longer has damage fall off on his E, so if you get people in your ult and you are at 100% or close to 100% full charge, you can immediately get rid of that. He got nerfed, I think, this season. So you're not going to be able to one-shot, so you do like want your team to help attacking, but you'll be able to do dual damage regardless to enemies. So if you're in the center of like the enemies that you've ulted, you can hit all of them and there will be no damage fall off. So you'll still be doing the same amount of damage when you press your E. Emma Frost. The White Queen's range is increasing, but her defenses and diamond form damage are taking a hit. You win some, you lose some, darlings. Okay, so she's getting a boost and a nerf. Increase the range of Telepathic Pulse, so her main in her regular form, from 15.5 meters to 18 meters. So she's going just some more distance on the mental abilities. Just a smidge. Decrease the shield value of Mind's Aegis from 500 to 400. So her main shield, big shield that you like place, has a nerf from 100 health, which overall shouldn't be too bad. You basically just use it to cut off point, so either your team is safe or you can get away. So increase the cooldown of Carbon Crush from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. That is the E in her regular form, if I'm correct, where you grab an enemy's sentience. Decrease the hit damage of Crystal Kick from 50 to 40, and decrease the extra damage dealt when propelling the enemies into the wall from 100 to 90. If I'm reading that correct, kicking them into a wall still does 50 damage, but the actual kick does 40. So you might want to think about how you're going to attack your enemies overall. And it might be that you're going to use your shift, your switch to crystal form, a little bit more defensive instead of offensive. Overall, I don't see much of a change happening to Emma outside of that. Overall, I think she'll be fine. I think Emma Frost is going to be just fine on the battlefield. There's not going to be that big of a change overall. He's still Groot, but with less damage and with less frequent ironwood walls. Looks like the Flora Colossus needs some trimming. Decrease the damage of Fire Strike per hit from 70 to 65. Doesn't seem that big, but is actually relatively big, because this could get rid of tanks like that. Increase Ironwood Walls cooldown from 8 seconds to 12 seconds. Ooh, Groot's probably not gonna be meta anymore. I still think he's probably going to get banned a fair bit, but he's not gonna be meta anymore. He's meta in this season. He's probably not gonna be in next, because he already got a mid-season patch. So this is on top of that. The Master of Magnetism will receive a slight boost to standard damaged abilities. He's really going to attract some wins now. Increase the charging speed of rings from 4 seconds per stack to 3 seconds per stack. That is his right click or left trigger, depending on what you're using. That is a pretty significant change. That is 3 whole seconds shaved off of waiting. By Odin's beard, Thor's abilities are getting a tweak, but his survivability is taking a minor hit. Adjust hammer throw ability effect to a standard ability. Okay. Remove the Thor Force cast and this universal cooldown. Adjust the ability cooldown to 6 seconds. Thor gains 1 Thor Force from each hammer throw enemy hit. Decrease the throw hit damage from 70 to 45. And the return damage from 30 to 20. Excuse you, what now? So, you're telling me that the hammer throw, that was the annoying thing that I kept doing automatically because I'm very much right-click oriented, that got rid of one of my Thor Force, is now going to be a regular attack? I mean, I'm not complaining, because I like playing Thor. But you're telling me that my hammer throw is now going to be just a standard ability without having to use Thor Force? I see a lot of hammers being thrown in the future. This is Thor is very good frontline, right? He's supposed to be like a dive tank, but he's very good frontline. He just is. And if you're going to throw your hammer into the front line, your Thor Force is going to come back, and you're going to get rid of like every single squishy behind the enemy tanks. Decrease the shield value gained from consuming Thor Force. Adjust the bonus health gain from each Thor Force consumed from 100 to 75, and adjust the maximum bonus health from 200 to 150. Okay, so he does get less over health. So if you use 1 Thor Force, you get 75 instead of 100. And if you use all of your Thor Force with your E, I think? Yeah, E. Wait, is it E? The one where you throw your lightning. You get 150 instead of 200. Okay, I can respect it. Switching over to duelists. Clint's getting a boost to his regular hits. Looks like the archer's aim is getting sharper. He does not need that. Increase the base damage of his arrow from 32 to 34. Reduce the projectile damage of blast arrow from 15 to 16. I think that might be a translation error. Because you're increasing it. Either something went wrong here in the numbers or something went wrong in the word reduce, and it should be increase. I don't know which one it is. We'll see if they adjust it, and I will get back to you in a short, probably. Increases spell field damage from 32 to 34. Now that I understand. What is a spell field? I don't know. Increase the maximum focus from 70 to 75. Again, I don't think he needs it. Increase the charging speed when aiming at an enemy from 100 per second to 108 per second. And charge fall-off speed from 30 to 32. So it's going to charge faster, but the fall-off is going to be faster. I really don't think he needs this, and I foresee much meta and many a ban for Hawkeye in his future. So good luck playing him in ranked. Hela, the goddess of death, is getting a slight increase in her sustained damage. Looks like she's ready to reign supreme. Why? Increase the charge capacity of the Nightsword Thorn from 8 to 10. That's her... Why does she need 10? She doesn't need 10. Why does she need 10? She doesn't need it. She's good enough as is. Stop it. Bad. Human Torch. Flame on, but with less damage and survivability. Sorry, Johnny. Looks like you're getting a little less heat. Reduce the damage of Fire Cluster from 7 per hit to 6 per hit. Ooh. Increase the charge speed of Blazing Blast from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Decrease the shield value gain from Flaming Meteor from 75 to 50 and increase the cooldown from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. they just fucking went all yellow on Human Torch, didn't they? Oh no, he's not gonna get played anymore. Oh no, Johnny. Oh no, I feel bad for Human Torch players. And they nerfed the crap out of Human Torch. I'm sorry, Human Torch players. This is painful. This is painful. Sorry. Iron Fist. Linley's taking a bit of a hit to both his damage and survivability. Lower the dragon's defense damage blocked bonus health conversion rate from 1.5 to 1.3. So when he blocks damage, he now gets less over health. Decrease the maximum bonus health converted from damage blocked from 200 to 175. So his over health is now capped at 175. So he's no longer going to be a semi-tank. Slightly decrease the dash distance of Yaji Chun-Ken in the C-axis direction when there is no target. So he's going to have less distance on his kikis. He can still fly. So there's no difference in that. It's just less far when no target. Reduce Dragon's defense cooldown reduction from Jeet Kune Do hits from 1.5 seconds to 1 second. Okay, so it's... Instead of, like, having the right click be... have a cooldown reduction from 1.5 to 1 second. So that's less fast of a reduction. Got it. When you hit your left clicks, by the way, your regular left clicks. Iron Man. Iron Man is seeing a reduction in his repulsor blast damage and burst survivability. Time for a new suit upgrade? Probably. Remove Iron Man's Gamma Overdrive from the Gamma Charge team-up. That was already known. We saw that in the video. Gain a new team-up anchor effect from the Stark Protocol team-up. So that's his team-up with Ultron. Decrease the projectile damage of the third repulsor blast from 50 to 45. So he's going to do less damage on his left click. And decrease the spell field damage from 60 to 55. So just an overall damage nerf. Reduce armor overdrive maximum bonus health from 100 to 50. Okay, so he's going to get less bonus health when he goes in his E, when he goes big boy mode. He's going to do less damage overall. And he's going to do less that, like both his buttons, like both his left and right click are getting a nerf, basically. What they say. Still way too... This is not as bad as what happened to Johnny. No more! The submariner's defenses will be sinking a bit, but his monster spawns are getting stronger, and his ultimate is bigger. Time to flood the battlefield. I don't know if he needs that, but okay. Increase the cooldown of Blessing of the Deep from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. So that's his shift, where he goes up in the air in his little bubble. So it's going to take a few seconds longer. I don't know. I generally don't use this that often. I just use it to go up because I don't have any other use for it at the moment. Expand Horn of Proteus. Ultimate ability. Inner circle radius from 3 to 3.5 meters and outer circle radius from 8 to 9 meters. So he's getting a bigger dolphin. Decrease the outer circle radius hit damage from 200 to 180. So the dolphin's getting bigger, but the damage is getting less in the outer circle. If you're still in the center, you're gonna die. Adjust monster spawn damage fallout from starting at 20 meters, reducing to 30% at 40 meters. So they'll do 30% at 40 meters. So starting at 20 meters, reducing to 50% at 40 meters. So they do more damage at greater distance. Psylocke. Sai will take a slight dip in her burst damage ability and survivability. Decrease the retrieval damage of wing shurikens from 14 to 12 per hit. So less damage on retrieval. Decrease the invisibility duration of psychic stealth from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. You're gonna have to dash out now. This is no time to be able to get out. You cannot get out at all on 2 seconds. You're going to have to dash out. You're gonna have to watch your cooldowns very closely. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is getting some love. Better acorns for cooldowns and improved ability to release feel. This is nuts. Increase the capacity of burst acorn from 10 to 12, so you're gonna have 12 nuts now. Decrease the cooldown of mammal bond from 12 seconds to 10 seconds. Is that the big nut? That's the... Sorry, not the big nut. The what's it called? The ability refresh, where you can get use an ability twice. That's going to be on a shorter cooldown. Optimize the user experience of Squirrel Blockade, Tail Bounce, and Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. I don't know what that means, because you're not specifying, but it's getting optimized. Star-Lord. Peter is having his ultimate frequency reduced, but his ultimate power increased. Time to bust a move. Increase the energy cost of Galactic Legend, ultimate ability from 31 to 3400. Extend the maximum target range from 30 meters to 40 meters. Adjust the damage fallout from reducing to 60%, 40 meters, to reducing to 75% at 40 meters. So instead of having a 40% reduction, you're going to have 25% reduction at 40. So you're going to do more damage. You can fly higher. Or further away, depending on what you're doing. But it is going to take, like, longer to get your ult. I don't think it's gonna take that long considering his abilities, but it depends on how you play him, I guess. Storm. We slightly improved her ultimate ability intensity. Increased damage of Omega Hurricane from 150 per second to 160 per second. I don't think she needs that. But she's gonna be meta. Especially considering she's also gonna get team up with Jeff. Punisher. Punisher is getting a boost to his mid to long range damage and a slight mobility buff during his ultimate. Time to lock and load. Again, I don't think Punisher is a character that needs it, but let's read. Reduce the movement slow rate of Final Judgment, ultimate ability, from 20 to 10% when not firing, and from 40 to 30% when firing. So he's still gonna be slow as fuck, but it's going to be slightly less. Increased Adjudication's magazine size from 30 to 40, so that's his regular gun. Single hit damage from 18 to 19, so his regular gun is getting an increase in damage. And an increase in mag size. Slightly reduced spread when firing. And it's going to do less, and it's going to spread less, so it's going to be more of a single line. He's hit scan, why does he need that? I can get the movement, because I tried Punisher a few times. He's slow when he ults. I don't understand. This is not needed. I get that the Rocket Raccoon team up is gonna go away, but I don't think he needs a bigger mag size, in all honesty. But okay. Jeffy! Jeff's kit gets a fantastic rework, more frontal support and combat ability, but less survivability. Alright, Jeff means. Add a new effect to Joyful Splash, now also deals damage to enemies at 70 per second and can heal allies through other allies, but not through enemies. Joyful Splash is his main, right? The one where you just spit out like a super soaker. Damage fallout starts at 20 meters to a maximum of 65% at 40 meters. Reduce healing per second from 150 to 100. Ew. Ew. Change Aqua Burst to a charge ability, so that's his right click. Max 3 charges, 3 seconds per charge. Okay. New effect, direct hits now launch enemies up. Increase spell field damage from 40 to 45. Why? You're making it worse. His regular attack ability is now a charged attack ability with only 3 charges. And it takes 3 seconds for a charge. His main, the one thing that everyone likes about him that does a shit ton of healing, is going to do less healing. A significant amount less healing. Does 50 less healing per second. And is going to do damage for some reason. Why? Change the effect of healing bubble from one-time healing to healing over time. Increase healing amount from the previous instant, 85 to 120 over 4 seconds. So it's going to do 120 total healing over 4 seconds. So that's 30 health per second. Reduce max charges from 6 to 3. There it is. There it is. From 6 to 3 and remove the enemy launch up effect. It no longer launches people because that went to his right click. You now only have 3 of them. Just like his right click. Yeah, at least it still speeds up your your teammates. But my god, what are you doing to poor Jeff? Add a new effect to hide and seek. It now has an enemy energy cap, max 120, that drains by 20 seconds while submerged and restores 50 seconds when not. Reduce healing while submerged from 35 seconds to 35 per second to 15 per second. Sorry, Jeff Minch, you're no longer getting away. Oh no. You have less bubbles. So you're not going to be able to just, you know, go in and out and just do that. You have a max energy cap for being underground. So no longer, you know, are you able to just constantly stay submerged. Oh no. It's Jeff Overflow healing on swallowed allies now grants 45 health per second as bonus health up to 150. This is a buff. These are all nerfs. One buff. 4 nerfs. Increase the damage reduction received when taking a critical hit from 50 to 70%. 2 buffs. 4 nerfs. They took Jeff. So you're now called Old Yeller. Put him in the backyard and shot him 200 times. Poor Jeff. That Storm team up is not worth it. We're giving Luna a boost to her combat prowess while slightly reducing the frequency of her ultimate ability. Increase light and dark ice healing amount and damage from 20 per round to 22 per round. Add a new effect to absolute 0, now grants 50 bonus health per enemy hit. Increase the energy cost of Fate of both worlds from 4,500 to 5,000. Luna will never not be meta. But Luna is forever going to be meta. Nobody cares about this increase. You're gonna get it fast anyways. Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon's survivability is taking a tiny hit. Also, he's blasting off from the ammo overload and losing the team-up anchor bonus. But he's gaining a new team-up anchor bonus in the Rocket Network for some stellar new support. Reduce repair mode direct hit healing amount from 55 to 50. So you're going to do less healing upon direct hit. That's it. That's literally it. Team up abilities. Here's the new ones. Chilling Assault. Luna, Snow, and Hawkeye. As a team up anchor, Luna Snow gains a 15% increase in healing effects. This is standard. Hawkeye unlocks a new Ice Arrow ability through his team up Luna Snow. So he's going to have an Ice Arrow that probably slows people down. Jeff NATO. Storm gains the Shark's Surge ability through her team up with Jeff the Landshark. Jeff gains the It's Jeff NATO ability through his team up with Storm. Same thing, just called different. Operation Microchip, the Punisher Black Widow. As a team up anchor, the Punisher gains a maximum health increase of 25 and a 5% boost in damage output. I refuse. Black Widow unlocks a new pulse rifle ability through her team up with the Punisher. Could be worse. Rocket Network, Rocket Raccoon, Penny Parker. As the team up anchor, Rocket Raccoon gains a 5% increase in healing effects when the team up is active. Rocket's PRP is upgraded to a web beacon. Penny Parker unlocks a new armored spider nest ability through her team up with Rocket Raccoon. Stark Protocol, Iron Man, Ultron. As the team-up anchor, Iron Man gains a 5% boost in damage output, so while he got nerfed a little bit, he also gets a boost when he has the team-up. Ultron gains a new nano ray ability from his team-up with Iron Man. Okay. We shall see how overpowered or not overpowered that is. Symbiote Shenanigans. Venom, Jeff the Landshark. As a team-up anchor, Venom gains a maximum health increase of 150. Jeff gains the Healing Tendrils ability through his team-up with Venom. Okay, so Venom gets more health, Jeff gets Healing Tendrils. Adjusted or removed team-ups. Allied Agents, Hawkeye, Black Widow. Team-up anchor effect for Hawkeye has been removed, along with the Allied Agent's team-up ability. Black Widow loses the super sensory hunt ability she once had through her team-up with Hawkeye. Ammo overload, so Rocket Raccoon and the Punisher. Team-up anchor effect for Rocket Raccoon has been removed, along with the ammo overload team-up ability. The Punisher loses the infinite punishment ability he once had through his team-up with Rocket. So no more infinite ammo and no more team-up bonus. Chilling Charisma. The team-up anchor effect for Luna Snow has been removed, along with the Chilling Charisma team-up ability. Jeff the Landshark loses the Frozen Spitball ability from his team-up with Luna Snow. Would also make no more sense to have that, considering, you know, what they did to poor Jeff. Gamma Charge, Hulk, Iron Man, Namor. Iron Man loses the Gamma Overdrive ability previously gained from his team-up with Hulk. Symbiote Bond. Venom, Penny Parker, Spider-Man. The team-up anchor effect for Venom has been removed, along with the Symbiote Bond team-up ability. Spider-Man loses the Suit Expulsion ability previously gained from his team-up with Venom, and so does Penny Parker. So, this is no longer going to be a thing at all. Balance changes. Atlas Bond. Decrease the Atlas Bond team-up anchor damage boost proportion from 15% to 10%. Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, and the Thing. We're slightly reducing the usage coverage of this team-up. Increased cooldown of Storm Siblings, yada yada yada, from 25 seconds to 25 seconds. So it's going to take longer for this team-up for any of the Fantastic Four to come back. Except for Invisible Woman, because she doesn't have a team-up button. Gamma Charge, Hulk Namor. A minor reduction to the usage coverage of this team-up. Increase Gamma Monster cooldown for 15 seconds to 20 seconds. This was needed. Nothing against the team-up personally, but having this every 15 seconds was too much. Mental Projection. Emma Frost, Psylocke, Magneto. We've reduced the damage capability of this team-up. Reduce the proportion of damage caused by magnetic resonance and soul resurgence illusions from 30% to 20%. So your illusions are going to do less damage. So they're still going to do damage, it's just less. And those are the patch notes. No more Flank Shark, unfortunately, and for some reason the buff to Hawkeye and Hela, who definitely needed it. But overall, some good changes in my honest opinion. Hopefully you guys are as excited for Season 2.5 as I am. And if you are, let me know what has you most excited in the comments down below. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, maybe consider subscribing and giving the video a like. And I will see all you lovely people next time. Bye!